Am I the only person that thinks it's weird that Drake always goes after women that are happy in a relationship? What happened in his childhood that he gets mad at the woman? Literally, Drake, calm down. You're going to make your edges lift up. The glue is going to separate.
What made you put hands on Drake?
I did not put hands on Drake.
Oh.
And I do not want any problems with Drake.
Tonight was one of the best nights of my life, man.
He's a great host, but he's a king, you know what I'm saying, young?
DJ Sam Sneaky saw Drake get slapped, and he said Drake didn't go from 0 to 100. He said Drake went from 0 to tears to the hospital.
Diddy really did punch Drake in the face.
Oh, I got that call 4 o'clock in the morning. Diddy just slapped Drake. And lo and behold, it turned out that it was true.
I heard it was over the 0 to 100.
Get stuck in traffic, so I'm gonna take this mo with me all the way back to the crib. Yo, Drake, come get.
Rihanna is finally letting loose on why she never took Drake seriously, and it's messier than anyone expected. It all traces back to the wild things Drake allegedly revealed to her about Diddy's infamous freak-off parties from way back. And get this, Drake wasn't just talking. Folks are saying he was actually involved in those wild scenes too, but stayed silent to keep his career safe. Now here's the real kicker. Rihanna apparently tried to blow the lid off everything years ago, but according to whispers, they hit her with serious threats of being blackballed if she exposed too much. That might be the real reason she dipped from the music game and never looked back. And remember that messy drama between Drake and Diddy a few years ago? Yeah, word was, Diddy straight up slapped Drake at a club in Miami. Diddy came out denying it, but Drake? He kept it real quiet. Then threw shade in a track not long after. That silence spoke louder than words.
The 0 to 100, they said that was your record at first. Was there any truth to that? Even there was a clip of you at a club.
Yeah. There was a 0 to 100 was initially a record that was my record.
Now, when you say 0 to 100 was yours, you mean just the beat, or it was the hook and everything?
No, it was the beat, and
You sent Drake the song for him to get on it for you?
No, for him to ghostwrite for me.
Oh, and don't forget that moment on stage when Drake and Diddy were both performing, and Drake ripped the mic right out of Diddy's hands and chucked it like it was nothing.
Play this next beat, but I want somebody to get this on tape. I'm gonna play this next beat. I give this to this nigga stole this from me, but at the end of the day, shit is still hard. Play that shit.
He did it so quick, Diddy didn't even realize the mic was gone till moments later. This was the exact moment it became clear. Drake wanted nothing to do with Diddy. When the first wave of allegations hit Diddy, Drake jumped in with some slick shade, making it loud and clear that he was never at those wild freak-off parties. He didn't even need to say names. He just posted a scene from The Big Short on Instagram, Ryan Gosling's character saying, "I never hung out with these idiots after work ever." That was his way of distancing himself without saying a word. Then he followed it up with another post, "I had fashion friends." Real subtle, but the message was obvious. Drake wanted to be seen as clean, separate, untouched by all the Diddy mess. He thought he was shutting the rumors down before they could heat up. But here's where it backfired. Nobody bought it. Instead of protecting his image, it brought his dirt back into the spotlight. People started digging into his past again, throwing out the old accusations about him getting too close with girls who weren't even grown.
Question her integrity. I'm questioning her claims against me. I wasn't the head of the security. You got the wrong man. I've never seen you. I've never did anything negative with you. I've never been in the same room with you. Not only wasn't I there, I wasn't even in New York.
And baby, the internet started saying he and Diddy were just the same mess in different packaging. That little IG post, it didn't save him, it exposed him even more. Most people don't even realize how deep the drama between Diddy and Drake really goes. This feud has been brewing for years, and it's only gotten nastier with time. It all kicked off back in 2014, when Diddy reportedly put hands on Drake during a heated clash at a Miami club. The reason? A major disagreement over Drake's track 0 to 100's The Catch Up. According to insiders who talked to TMZ, the song's producer, Ayo the Producer ADA, gave the beat to both Diddy and Drake, hoping they'd collab. But Diddy? He sat on it for 8 months without recording a single bar. And here's where it turns grim. Allegations surfaced that Diddy was more focused on controlling Cassie behind the scenes, allegedly pushing her into uncomfortable situations with Drake. Drake got tired of waiting and dropped the track solo, and it blew up. That move sent Diddy into a full-blown meltdown. He felt disrespected, sidelined, and embarrassed. But what really pushed him over the edge? The song went on to become a massive hit, and even snagged 2 Grammy nominations. That success was salt in the wound, and it made the beef personal. Fast forward to that wild night at the club. Diddy and Drake came face to face for the first time since the 0 to 100 drama exploded. Diddy walked straight up to Drake and confronted him about the song, but Drake wasn't having it. He brushed him off like it was nothing. That's when Diddy snapped and told him, "You'll never disrespect me again," before socking him right in the face. That punch wasn't just some light tap either. Rumor has it, it was so hard that Drake ended up in the ER. During the scuffle, he landed on his shoulder and made an old injury way worse. Some say Diddy did try to apologize after the fact. But Drake? He's not the forgiving type, especially when he feels played. And a hospital trip? Yeah, that was personal. That slick IG post Drake made, throwing shade with that Big Short clip, was just the start. According to Diddy's former bodyguard, Joseph Sherman, aka Big Joe.
Right now, the thing about Big Joe is he
Joe
is very adamant
Yeah,
that he
very
is
adamant
not in
he's
it.
not going.
You know, some people would be
Wasn't
like, "Oh,
there.
did a lawyer tell you not to say anything?" He's like,
Right.
"I don't care.
Okay,
I didn't
what-
do it.
yeah.
I'm not there." He has text messages between them that he wants to make sure that people know about
Right.
and can see, because from the text messages, and Mano, you know what it says because you know.
Right, the DMs that
Oh yeah,
she
the
sent
DMs.
him.
Mhm. Basically, it seems like she's trying to confirm that he worked with Puff, and then also confirm that there was a video shown on a camcorder. And he's like, and she also says, "If you're not the same person, then I apologize." She said. So it seems like she's not sure if Big Joe was the person that she's alleging is on this tape.
Drake wanted revenge, and he wasn't doing it alone. Big Joe says Drake linked up with none other than Jay Prince to launch a plan to take Diddy down behind the scenes. Now, if you're not familiar with Big Joe, he's got drama of his own. His name popped up in one of Diddy's serious lawsuits, filed by a woman named Thalia Graves. She claimed that back in 2001, she was just 25 when Diddy and Big Joe allegedly forced themselves on her in a studio. Right after those serious allegations hit, Big Joe wasted no time clearing his name. He dropped a long statement to the Daily Mail, completely denying any involvement with Thalia Graves, and he didn't hold back.
Not only did she DM me, she tried to guide me through the DMs, if you read them.
Right.
She tried to explain to me, all I need you to do is write a statement like Bonds did, like other people did. I need you to write a statement and I'll keep you out. I said, keep me out of what? But then she got into the threats. Then she brought up, well, me and Mr. J. Prince will be down there.
He claimed he's never even met her a day in his life. According to him, this whole situation is twisted and unfair, and he believes he's only being dragged into it because of his past connection to Diddy. Big Joe made it real clear. He and Diddy weren't even close like that. Yeah, he worked for him once, but that was it. Now he says anyone who even breathed the same air as Diddy is suddenly being labeled guilty by association. He's not letting that slide. In his words, "I know for a fact that this is a money grab. I've never seen this lady. Don't have any tape of her like she says I have. I've never seen her. I never did anything with her. I don't know none of this. I don't even know this lady. I'm being crucified and tortured for something I had nothing to do with. Me and Diddy were not even friends." Big Joe wasn't playing at all. He made it crystal clear. We had no relationship whatsoever. He said he hasn't even been around Diddy in 24 years. According to him, Diddy's world is crumbling, and now anyone who ever stood next to him is getting blamed for his chaos. He said folks are acting like just being in Diddy's orbit means you're automatically guilty. And baby, he was fed up. He even cut his own statement short, like, "I'm not dealing with this nonsense." He denied every single claim thrown at him and was basically like, "Nope, don't pull me into this mess." But it didn't stop there. Big Joe later dropped receipts, text messages between him and Thalia herself. In those messages, Thalia seemed unsure and was trying to confirm if Joe was even the man who allegedly assaulted her along with Diddy. She sounded confused, asking questions like she wasn't even sure it was him in the first place. And just when it couldn't get more chaotic, Big Joe called in to weigh up with Angela Yee and unleashed a bombshell. He claimed that it's not just random people pushing all these accusations. He pointed the finger straight at Drake and Jay Prince. According to him, they're allegedly the masterminds behind the wave of 125 accusers now being represented by high-powered attorney Tony Busby, who are claiming they were SA by Diddy. Big Joe came in hot. He started by going off on Thalia for dragging his name into the madness and claimed she tried to recruit him into helping take Diddy down. According to him, Thalia straight up told him that all he had to do was write a statement and she'd make sure he stayed out of the fire. That alone had him suspicious, but it got worse. Somewhere in the middle of their back and forth, Thalia allegedly brought up Jay Prince and said both she and Jay Prince wanted to meet up with Big Joe. That's when alarms started ringing. Big Joe says he eventually figured out why Jay Prince was in the mix. It's because he and Drake were supposedly the ones orchestrating the wave of 125 accusers, now being repped by powerhouse attorney Tony Busby.
He got to do with this, though.
It was brought to my attention later on that Jay Prince, something I don't know about, had a beef with Puffy about slapping Drake. And Drake was calling Jay Prince, going off of him for not taking up for him against Puffy. And I'm like, that's none of my business. Honestly, after listening and people calling me, explaining to me that Jay Prince's lawyer is the one who put them 100 people together, I think Jay Prince is one of the main culprits behind slandering and trying to destroy Puff's character.
This wasn't just about justice, it was war. And while all this was going on behind the scenes, guess who wanted no parts of it? Rihanna. Word is, the moment Drake came clean to her about what he knew about Diddy and spilled that he was planning to take him down, she said nope and got all the way out of there. She saw where it was headed and dipped before the chaos could suck her in. Turns out, that's the real reason she never gave Drake a chance. She didn't want to be tangled up in a revenge plot or tied to Diddy's dark secrets. She knew it was going to get messy, and she wanted nothing to do with it. All this time, folks thought Rihanna curved Drake because he was just another woman chaser with too many options. But nah, the real tea, Sis was trying to stay alive and not get pulled into a straight-up war between two powerful men throwing punches in the dark. It was never about heartbreak, it was about survival. And of course, the internet's been talking. One commenter said, like 50 Cent said, Diddy knows who he can slap and who he can't. Basically saying, Diddy only acts tough with people he knows won't swing back. Because let's be real, he would never try something slick with someone like 50 Cent. That wouldn't end well. Another person chimed in. Drake clearly had an issue with how Puff treated Cassie, and that's what led to that fight. People are even starting to split rappers into categories now, like Drake, 50, Lil Wayne, and Eminem are the good guys in the game, while others, not so much. One user even said Jay-Z might need a real investigation, and Beyonce and J-Lo are looking real suspicious for standing next to Diddy all these years and never saying a word. But now I gotta know, what do y'all think? Is Drake really teaming up with Jay Prince in a secret power move to take Diddy down? And was Rihanna's refusal to mess with Drake more about keeping herself safe than anything else? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next drop. We've got more explosive tea on the way. Catch y'all in the next one.